here.
Hey.
Hello. Oops. Let me see.
No, I stepped in that hole out there.
It said that I need to. Okay, here we go. Hey guys. Just waiting for more people to arrive. We started early tonight. Y'all can see the puppies. Hello. Hello there. Hi. Puppies. How is everyone doing tonight? Or this evening? This evening. You need to get up. You need to get up. Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey. Yeah, they some big babies, guys. Like they're not even. I think they'll be 3 weeks on Friday. Let me look at a calendar. I need to look at a calendar. Melina's doing really good. She's doing great. So this is the boy. And he's a pretty big dude. And this is the sweet girl. Call her the sweet girl. And then this is the other brindle girl. And that's Melina Jr. in the back. Let me see. Melina Jr. Look at that. Look at that structure. I don't know if Rachel's in here, but there's the structure. Melina Jr. right there. She's spicy. She's real spicy like her mama. Watch her. Have some blue tarp right there that's got wood chip in it. Because they're starting to go potty. Their potties are getting bigger. And their mama's not about it. So anyway, I have them on some wood chip. You see what's going on, baby? You see? Look, she's like, hello. Hello. It's 3 girls and 1 boy. Hello there. Alex E. Yes, I finally caught up with some sleep. Finally. Hi, Terry. Hi, Lucid. Hi, Aaron. Hello. Yes, the eyes are open. They will be 3, I think 3 weeks. Time just flies. It feels like they just arrived like yesterday. But yeah, their eyes are open. If they're going to be 3 weeks, it's going to be Friday. Somebody let me know because I don't know. So, they haven't really developed. Well, I mean, they have their personalities, but I don't really see them very well too just yet. This little girl, she is a spitfire. She's real spicy like her mama. She looks like her mama. The boy, he's like a bear. He sleeps all day. Um, this little girl right here is just super, super sweet. She's a sweetheart. I call her the sweet girl. And this girl, she's huge, brindle girl. She just sleeps all day. So, I'm hoping to keep a boy, but of course he would have to turn out to my specifications for structure. So the biggest female is this heifer right here. and then her, and then him, and then her in size. I know. Look how spicy they are. They're like, don't mess with me, I want to sleep. Look, he's always by himself. He always goes off and he's always sleeping by himself. He's just like that. Yeah, I call her a heifer. I know, I cannot believe it. Terry, time does fly. It flies. It feels like they were just born. And I'm like, when is the last time? It felt like I just made a YouTube video. And then my husband's like, no, it's been at least a week. And I'm like, oh my God, a week. It felt, I was so sleep deprived. And then Thanksgiving, I did all the cooking that it just flew. It really, really flew. Look, he's wanting to fight somebody. He's like, somebody fight with me. Achilles is like a nanny dog. He loves puppies. Well, not really love puppies. He kind of felt like maybe it was his duty to do something because their mother was sorry when they were born. And look at him. He's right there. He's right there. Yeah, so he felt like he had to do something. I'm like, dude, you don't have to do anything. Hi, Connor. Rio, ain't nobody talking to you. The bird, guys, he's always talking. Oh, yeah, they're Sagittarius. That is nice. Although, where all my Scorpio babies at? Yeah, 18 days old. Yeah, 18 days. That's crazy, guys. I'm losing it over here. Waiting for some more people to arrive. This may be a record for me tonight, guys. I already have 200 people. Thumbs up. Where are my thumbs at? Rio has been in a really bad mood today. He had some quiet days, and then yesterday I finally went into his nicotine cage and I scrubbed it and I threw some toys away and put some new stuff in there, and he's got an opinion about it now. So, and he's quiet until I get on the phone, and then he screams his head off. So, yeah, time did fly. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Thank you, mods. Yeah, the nicotine. First, well, I don't know if he's still going through withdrawal. Maybe. Well, who knows? This little Melina baby, she just sticks with me. Melina Jr. She's just all up on me like that. I'm not doing it, I promise. It's all her. So, Lucid, I decided on Friday the 13th as their B-Day. I guess they were born, yeah, November the 13th. I don't know why I can never have a spring or summer litter. It infuriates me. I've only had one, and I would like to have another. Yeah, Melina Jr. is black. She is black like the darkness, like her mama. Black like the dark. Look at him. He is so full of shit. So, big news, big news. Rachel called me yesterday and she's like, hey girl, your puppy will be leaving on Wednesday. So, my first pick puppy from the Blondie Batista litter will be here probably on Friday or Saturday. So we'll see. I'm really excited about it. I need another female for sure. I won't tell y'all who because, I think that y'all need to see it live when she arrives. So I'm going to do that too. That's how Rachel talks to me. She's, hey, girl, what you doing? So yeah, That puppy will be here Friday. It's gonna be getting real busy. Yeah, they got smushy faces. Look at that smush, smush. He's like, please stop, lady. Please. He's growling. You hear him? Smush, smush. He growled at me, guys. I don't know if you heard it. He got real mad about that. But yeah, I'm gonna do a live reveal of my look, he's not happy with me. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You spicy? You spicy? You spicy? You gonna do something? You gonna do something? You about it? He's about it, guys. He's about. He said, "I'm about that life, lady. I'm about it." He's a lady. I'm about that life. Don't even try me. Yeah, I don't know. I had to do this breeding. I think it's a fun one for me specifically. Grumpy like his mama and his dad. I mean, they're like the same dog. I love this little girl's head. Look at her head. I love her head. Look how the muzzle. I know you can't see anything about them, but this is just like breeder haven right here to see these heads. These old wrinkly heads. Yeah, I'm getting a older imported female. Hopefully, we'll see if it's gonna be older or a puppy. Connor, I know you're just gonna have to wait though because it's a big deal. The pack shrunk, and it's like I'm building my roster back up, and every member of the team is gonna be like I'm gonna make it over the top. Who? I'm just looking at the comments. Yeah, it looks like the black one's for sure gonna be real dominant. I don't know about this one because she just sleeps all day long. She don't move. She's gonna be big. When they sleep like that, they're usually really big. So we'll see. Yeah, so I think that Melina's look at him, he's so fat. I think Melina first litter being at the age that she is and the fact that she skipped so many heats, which is it was just really out of my control. I wouldn't want to ever do that. But yeah, I think it contributed to her having a smaller litter. But it's good for me, like honestly, just because this is my first litter this year. I don't know if y'all have followed me from the get-go, but my last litter was July of freaking last year. And so I don't think I could have done like a 13 puppy litter. That just would have been insane. Like Rachel, I was talking to her about that today. I was like, girl, that was for you. I would have just went crazy. Like, y'all don't realize, like, this was. What is he in there? Is he fighting the cage?
Yeah. We're going to Wendy's. Do you want something? He's like.
Yeah, give me whatever you get.
I know what you want.
Yeah, give me whatever you
You
get.
want the drink too?
Give me a sweet tea.
Okay.
Y'all, I'm having Wendy's tonight for dinner. So, I do have my puppy breath and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the smaller litter size. So, everybody knows that 2020 has been a complete shit show for me. Usually I'm a happy, lucky go person. Nothing ever really interesting happens in my life, but everything has happened in my life. And I haven't even told you all everything because it's really crazy. And I think people would be like, God, this girl is like drama, but it's just been my life this year. 2020 tried to take me out. Like literally tried to get me out. Jesus got me through. So, anyway, what was I even gonna?
I got a question.
Yeah.
Have you seen the seafoam in the
I have
oil?
not
Is it
seen.
bad?
I have not seen
Okay.
seafood.
All right, cool.
Thank you for feeding the bird, Jace. Guys, my 7-year-old is awesome. He has took it upon himself to feed the screaming bird. Um, so basically, we had the litter. This is the way it went. Friday the 13th, they started coming, right?
Which is
Well,
kind of like my movie.
yeah. Well, the day before, I got Rio.
All right, let's go,
And
guys.
Rio just kind of landed. Bye, Kaylee. Rio just kind of like landed in my lap. But anyway, I got him on that Thursday, and then Friday the litter started coming. Saturday morning they were still coming. I had no sleep at all, and I had to leave out like 10 in the morning to meet the transporter with Arya and Augie. And then it just kind of all happened at one time. Thank you, John, for your donation. And so, yeah, it was really, really crazy. Yeah, well, I literally got Rio like the day before they were born. So, um, he was super emotional and I think upset. And he didn't understand what was going on. His owner had passed away, and the family member who inherited him couldn't care for him anymore. So I took him on and literally had baby puppies the next day. And so, anyway, it was really, really crazy. Augie's doing great. Like, Rachel's so mad because he loves it over here. He like literally loves life over here. He is living his best life.
Augie loves everything.
And birds, like anybody that has birds would know, like they choose who they're gonna bond to, and it's really based off of nothing that we know of scientifically. And once they decide they don't like you, they just literally don't like you. Sometimes it can change through time, but I think that Augie had not chosen Rachel um, or Savannah. Either way, he was a gift for me anyway. But Rachel's just like the whole time we had him, he just did not bond with us the way he bonded with you. So yeah, it was really crazy. I have two for yeah. Birds are crazy. Birds, yeah, they're very picky, very crazy. Rio's like he's a blue-throated macaw. Macaws are just loud. Anyway, about the babies, they're asleep now. Who was Reese just saying took on puppies next door? Guys, that whole week for me was crazy. It was about Rio and Augie. I'm sorry I'm talking so fast. Yes, Cole, I'm keeping you real, like, really waiting on my Blondie pick. Oh my god, that baby is dreaming. These babies be dreaming. Look at them.
Yeah.
Oh, Terry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, they can their butts. I am. What you guys? What do y'all think about Nirvana doing what she did? Grand freaking champion, 12 months old. It's just like it's amazing to me. The old man, he deserves that. Look at him. He's everywhere I am. Everywhere I am, guys. He's just like, yep, I did that. Yeah, so my kids, they'll come in when I give them permission, and they'll pet the puppies and hold them a little bit. Oh, thank you, Summer, for your support. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So, like, it's crazy because you guys, Rio, Melina, no, ma'am. Rio actually talks. He talks English. Like he talks. The only time he squawks is when he knows I'm on the phone. But he talks. He says his name. He says hello. he has like he airs out his owner's entire life because he will have phone conversations 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's literally repeating everything she's ever said on the phone. So yeah, he just airs it out. So Aria is doing phenomenal. She is with Morgan. So Morgan, you guys, y'all know she's in college. Rio, I'm doing a live, dude. Be quiet. Um, Morgan is in college. She's in school to become a veterinarian. And her school is virtual because of COVID right now. So she has been with Aria since Aria's been home, taking care of her. She made a video, but literally, like, I have to give her the password so she can upload the update about Aria. Aria's doing really well. We're hoping her mother always had 7 puppies, and we're hoping she just kind of inherited that and follows suits and give us 7 or more. But the litter will be born over here. Um, we're really really excited, and I'll live stream that too. Susan, thank you so much for your donation, but I'm gonna live stream if I can. You know, Melina's whole thing, it got out of hand. Like, she was doing the most.
She even dropped her dolls.
She decided to have them on the 13th of Friday the 13th, and she decided to take 20 hours, and then she decided, the hell, I'm not even gonna nurse them for like a whole day, or clean them, or do anything. So that kind of got out of hand, but I think Aria will do much better, and I think that Melina will get better um as she goes on as a mother, a careered mother. So Jade goes back in December this month. So I think mid December she'll come in. She's still breeding to alpha. I still have spots available on that litter. So if you are interested, go on my website, fill out a litter application. I will get with you. Um, but yeah, that's gonna be a phenomenal litter too, guys. That's gonna be a really, really good litter. I'm really excited about that litter. Let me see. Sure. Did I miss something about? Yeah, Nirvana is Blondie and Achilles. That is Achilles' little girl. That is not Batista's little girl. That is my baby boy's girl. So one of the puppies, well, possibly two, will be going to pet homes. Possibly. It depends if I end up keeping this boy or not. And so let's just say there's a possibility that two will be in breeding homes and two will be in pet homes. And then there's a possibility that three will be in show homes and one will be in a pet home. So we'll see. It just depends how they turn out. So Alpha's parents are from Custodianos. I have not had like a first-hand experience with Alpha's parents, but Custodianos, Nanad is like a phenomenal breeder. He's been doing it a long time. He's in Serbia, and he is renowned for having some of the top Cane Corso in the breed internationally. So usually, um, his temperaments are usually really good. His structure and the health is on point. Like Nanad's dogs always most of the time, 90% of the time gets HDA, which is phenomenal hips over there in Europe. So when Nirvana is bred, I don't know. I mean, I don't know because I'm actually going to do a breeding. So if we never know when these younger dogs are going to work out. That's why we call them prospects. We hope and we pray and we cross our fingers and wish our lucky stars that they're going to work out, they're going to turn out. But sometimes they'll start off really good and then they'll get ugly and they'll get good again. And then sometimes they'll be really good, then they'll get ugly and they'll stay ugly structurally. And that's when we give them up. We give them up for various reasons, but that's usually the case. So if she turns out, I'm going to breed her to Achilles. So I wouldn't necessarily have the need to bring in a Nirvana um daughter or, stud. Do you think Trinity or Bella together with Achilles would be a good match? Yeah, sure. I mean, Achilles is phenomenal. He has a very weird way of fixing heads or making heads better. And he also brings in really good top line, really good strong movement. He's got some of the strongest movement I've seen. I mean, his movement is it's just really, really good, really good. And that's not like he can move like that without even having the best front in the world. So he doesn't really have the best angle in his upper arm, which makes it causes him not to have the best fore chest. But anyway, he brings a lot to the table with when he's bred. Uh, would Trinity and Achilles be a good match? Yeah, yeah, guys. Mockingjay Molina's father was amazing. He's an amazing dog. He is no longer with uh with Sangue. He was actually sold, but that breeder does have him on ice. Do you think Trinity and Achilles supposed to be like Nirvana's litter? Guys, I don't know. I don't even know what Trinity's I don't even know what Nirvana's litter is even gonna look like. So it's a weird thing because we're not just working with the dogs that are in front of us. We're working with genetics. So you can have two parents that are phenomenal, just phenomenal quality, really nice looking type. Everything's good and breed them. And because the genetics is just not there, the look is there, and maybe they are, let's just say, they are production just like the sometimes we see dogs that are from outcrosses, right? And genetically the breeder just won the lottery. But if you look at the entire litter, a lot of the times we see litters like that, like outcrosses, like there are many different types of quality in a litter like that because they're not line bred. And so you create yourself more probability in being able to throw a very nice dog. I mean, maybe one out of like, just let's say the litter's six, right? And so we get the one real nice dog, and the rest of them they differ in quality, differ in type, just they differ, right? And we keep that dog, right? And then we breed that dog to a female that is out of the same type of breeding, an outcross, and she just happened to be the top in her litter, but her litter was the same. It was inconsistent. It was an outcross, and she just ended up being the one puppy that was structurally sound with the type and all, right? So genetically behind them, we have a variety of genetics going on, right? There's nothing really swaying the quality one direction or the other, right? So we breed those two dogs together, and they're both outcrossed on both sides, but them themselves are really nice. Um, let's just say we breed them two together, and what we get is an entire litter of just inconsistent dogs. None of them are nice. That happens because we're not just working with what's in front of us, we're working with what's behind that. And so, you just never know what a dog is going to produce until you do it. I've seen beautiful dogs not capable of producing better quality, much less themselves. And so when you have dogs that are beautiful themselves, just phenomenal specimens, for me, if they can't produce themselves or better, they're worthless. So we're not just working with the dogs in front of us. Like I said, we're working with genetics. So we really just have to see genetically what Nirvana has to offer. And that will vary um, just on the fact it's just going to depend on what male she's bred to. Like, that's why, like, Rachel over there at Tempo put Batista to like almost all of her females recently. And that's to see how he contributes genetically, first of all, and how the females, what they contribute genetically. Because sometimes you can have a dog that just doesn't contribute anything at all, dilly squat. So we'll see. Talked about a killer, multiple good structure potential. So, putting Achilles to Trinity, like, I don't know. I like to see what her. I don't know if we can come up with the same results that we did when we brought Achilles to Blondie. I mean, because genetically, I don't know what Trinity's gonna do. So Achilles, you guys, is pretty impressive. I don't talk about it a lot. But he is off of Sanguine Magnifica's junior world champion boss. And he has a lot of world champions in his pedigree. His grandfather was a world champion. His great great grandfather, his father was junior world champion and grand champion from multiple countries, Custodinos Gira. So he is weighted down and really good quality, top notch dogs. Um, yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is as these babies mature, I will stack them out for you guys, and I'll probably do it live, so you can see what I'm talking about as far as what I'm looking for when I'm keeping back or placing a puppy in a show home. So I'm gonna do that so y'all can see my process. I don't even know sometimes who exactly is going to stay or who's going to go into show homes until 8 weeks. It takes that long. Anybody that has a puppy this young and they say it's show quality, that's laughable. You don't even know. You can't tell anything about these dogs right here except for the fact that they're newborn babies. They're babies. I can't tell you anything. So it takes time for them to mature a little bit and for me to really know what's going on with their structure. Um, so I can't weigh the babies tonight. I'll do it tomorrow and I'll post it on the and let y'all know what they all weigh. Yeah, Nirvana does look like her daddy. That's so true. Yeah, that's all you could tell is that they're chunky and they're happy. But I have seen people uh pick, like, basically buy baby puppies like this from breeders, baby puppies as show dogs for as breeding dogs. Like, I don't even know how you would do that. There is so much I have to see. I have to see the dog stack for once. I have to see them 8 weeks at least, minimal 8 weeks, and I have to see the dog move. Or I can't tell you anything about a dog unless I see those three things. I have to see it. I know Mark the bird. He's here. He is here. He's hanging on the side of the crate like I need some attention too. Yeah, yeah. Blondie's a little longer in the muzzle, and I think that Achilles really contributed a lot as far as like width and width overall, because that's what her head needed was width. Yeah, Rio is trying to take over the stream. I'm hoping like in the next 6 months I get him tamed. He needs to be tamed. I think that he was just kind of left in his cage and he's just kind of a feral bird and I have to tame him. So yeah, it'll be hopefully by the end of 2021 where he's tamed. Look at these paws. I just want y'all to see this. Look at this heifer's paws. Look how big. She's a big baby. She's like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. If Blondie and Achilles breeds again, would you want a puppy from that litter? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of like want to diversify, just kind of get some diversity in my program. So I don't know if I want to keep too much of the same thing at this point. They are silky. They're silky smooth. They're silky. They're smoothie. They're smoothie babies. Uh, does no, the bird does not smell like cigarettes anymore. He had a bath over the weekend. Yeah, so as far as showing the dogs, being that my program will be growing and I'll be concentrating on basically just maintaining holding puppies back from litters. I won't have time to really hit the show ring, so I'll probably what I'll do is just handle. I'll just pay a handler. I'll just get me a handler. You guys, so I took a continuous sprayer bottle and I put lukewarm water in that bad boy and I soaked him the hell down. I'm just gonna be honest. I'll probably keep. Yeah, I might keep something out of Jade's litter. We'll see. We'll see. I think so. Yeah, their eyes are open. Did he like the bath? Rio's a bastard, so he. I hate you. He loved it. He loved it. I could tell, but he was trying to hate it at the same time. He was like, "No, you witch! You will not bathe me." Like he was so mad. He was so mad that he got a bath and his cage cleaned all in the same weekend. He was like, "You are a witch, and you're trying to tame me, and I will not be tamed. Rio will not be tamed." I cannot wait for y'all to see him. He's a mess. So this is gonna sound interesting, but I'm real picky about my program. I don't know if y'all have noticed that yet. That's why I ain't got no dogs. um, but anyway, I I don't really have one dog that's structurally overall better than the other. Just because I like to select dogs that are They're balanced. So they may not be perfect, right? But they don't necessarily have a big weak spot. They don't have anything that's really bad, which we would call a severe fault. Their faults are very, very minor. So, I think that all of them are structurally very balanced. And I don't really have one that's necessarily just overall just better than the other. Um, no, Jade's not pregnant yet. Jade is she'll be coming in to heat in like December, I think. Is today December the 1st? Holy shit. Holy. Oh my gosh. Today is December the 1st. Guys, I'm like picky to the 10th degree. Um Sometimes it kicks me in the butt, but yeah, but Jade's gonna be bred to Custodenos Alpha. He's a super nice boy. If anybody's looking for a puppy, that is gonna be the litter to get from. That's gonna be a really nice breeding. So, Joshy Brownie. Oh my God, I'm just seeing that. So basically, my hopes for the Blondie Batista girl is that she contributes a really good front assembly for my program, because that's one thing I can say. I don't really have anything here with the phenomenal front. I have decent fronts, but not the best fronts. And when, the whole structural thing, it lends to the functionality of this breed. This is a working breed. We cannot forget that this is a working breed. It drives me crazy. These dogs are bred to function, to do work. And in order for them to do the work, they have to have the proper structure for the work. And so I need a front assembly so that, let's just say, when the dog is gating, they're covering a lot of ground without taking too many steps. That's what that was for. That's why the breed is not over angled in the rear. The rear is just kind of moderately angled. That's why they're longer than they are tall. That's why the front assembly has to be very nice and angled, because this breed, to me, it's like they move like a cat. They move very quick, very fast. They don't have to take a lot of steps to get where they need to go very fast. So it really, structure is very important to me, and that's why. Without the structure, without head type, it would just be like any other dog. It'd just be a dog, it wouldn't be a Corso. So I'm trying to piece together the function, the parts that make the function what it is, which makes a Corso a Corso. With working breeds, it's function above the rest. Um, Hopefully, I'm not driving you crazy with the information. Yeah, temperament's very important too. But yeah, that is what I'm looking for. Well, traditionally, Samantha, the dogs were bred to be utilitarian dogs on farms. So they would guard the farm overall outside, and they would lend to hunts, and they would grab and hold. So that's why they have a holding bite. So a working breed is a working breed, and this particular breed specific was bred for that. So I want to keep it traditional. I want to make sure that I'm not just kind of sweeping the fact that they are a working breed under the rug, and just breed for just pretty show pony dogs, because it's just not what I'm doing it for. I'm doing it because I love the breed for what they are, who they are, and showing them is a part of the preservation of the breed. Um, we have to show them in order to preserve the traditional dog. Oh, Ari, you're not gonna like my answer. I like all I like all the colors. Now, I would say if I had a least favorite, I find myself not really being big on the grays, the blue, the grays, however you would say it. But anyway, I find myself not being the biggest fan. Even I think it's still beautiful. It's just like I've never seen a gray Cane Corso or blue and was like absolutely blown away. So a scissor bite is to tear and rip. That's what scissor bites do. The scissor for me is not a desirable trait just because the standard like the holding bite is the under, like you don't want a super undershot bite, but let's just, this breed has like a shorter muzzle, not short like a boxer, but it's like an in between length muzzle, right? So if we're breeding for scissor bites, right, you're breeding for a longer muzzle. Your muzzles will escape you. They will get away. Like people were talking about Blondie. Well, Blondie most likely has a scissor bite. That's the type of muzzle you need to maintain a scissor bite. So when you're breeding for scissor, you're gonna lose your width. You're gonna lose the shortness. You're gonna go long, because the scissor is natural. It's what nature intended. And as being a breeder, we're fighting against nature and what nature intended. So no, the scissor is not the holding bite. The scissor is the ripping, the tearing bite. Um, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like deny a puppy if it's like I'm about the structure and temperament and health overall. So if the best puppy is blue, I'd take a blue. I'd take it in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even like bad an eyelash. Just like whatever. Colors what is whatever. Um, yeah, Sydney. So that's why police dogs have that. So I hope I'm not getting too scientific on y'all. I know y'all don't necessarily come on to hear for that, to hear me rant. Yeah, so yeah, I would agree. Achilles helped balance it out because he's actually a hyper boy, meaning that his appearance is way overdone. It's extreme, right? It's not super extreme, but he is extreme. When we say hyper, we mean extreme feature. So she's like too long and narrow in the head, and he's very wide and very overdone. And so when we bred the two, we got a perfect balance. Now the heads that were produced were not perfect, but they are really good. They're really good. They're typey. I see Cane Corso when I look at them. Haha, I'm gonna start these babies on kibble next week, you guys. Like they're gonna be weaning early. Yeah, so I would agree. Achilles and Velocity, you couldn't breed them. Genetically, Velocity comes from a lot of hyper stuff, and so does Achilles. So yeah, it would produce a whole lot of hyper puppies. I agree. Was I interested in taking Koa? I thought about taking Koa, but then the paperwork thing happened, and he was just kind of like an only child, and he wasn't really doing as well with the other males. So, yeah, Achilles wouldn't do too well with that. No, I'm not gonna start them like on kibble. I'm gonna actually put them like on a puppy mash. I'm gonna be honest, like Melina's milk production has not been the absolute most phenomenal. So I'm gonna probably wean them next week. So yeah, they're gonna be on a puppy mash. It's okay, you can do it now. It's not too early. I just said that, but I've been breeding and taking care of puppies for a long time. I'm older than I look. Yeah. Achilles would not put up with that at all. The child syndrome, the only child syndrome. What do you think about Preacher and Aria breeding type litter? Frank, I don't really know until the litter gets here. I mean, I'm really excited. I think that um I for me, like Preacher and Arya are very similar. They're very similar dogs in type and structure. So I think my prediction of what we're gonna see, and because I know what's behind both of them, I think we're gonna see a bunch of. I think we're gonna see preachers. I think I'm a that's gonna produce preachers. Anybody that's a big preacher fan is gonna love this litter. Don't tell Achilles that. I probably won't keep anything out of Preacher and Arya's litter. So that breeding is exclusively Morgan's. Arya is her dog. I mean, she is like a female that's a part of my program. But I told Morgan I'd keep out of probably her second litter. So this first breeding is exclusively Morgan's. Yep, it is no papers on Koa. So yeah, that was the main reasons, but before any of the paperwork stuff really took off, he was having issues with some of the other males. He's only boy. No, Morgan's not keeping a puppy either. Let me see. You're welcome, Frank. You're very welcome. Yeah, I don't think Rachel never did receive those papers. She did not receive them yet. He said that he ordered them, so maybe they're on their way, but time will tell. Good night, Wilma. Good night. Oh my god, everybody's leaving me. Everybody's leaving me. Morgan is my sister. Aria is a co-own. And so, that litter is really my responsibility, but I'll tell y'all what's going on with that. So, Morgan is in a private college. And so basically, I let her do this litter so that she could have money to pay her tuition. So that is what that litter that when that's what she's using that litter for. Oh my god. When you So yeah, Morgan's using that for her college tuition. Making chili cheese fries, but I'm listening. Oh my god, girl, I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. I wish I could get some chili cheese fries. Oh my god. Yeah, two of them are solid black. So this is a solid black, and that's a solid black. So like Corso kind of have like a mahogany tint to their black. It's really pretty. They're not supposed to be brown or fully mahogany or chocolate. That's wrong. But the black dogs do have kind of a mahogany tint to them. Yeah, you guys, so I'm still planning on moving. It kind of got delayed with all the COVID stuff and my husband's career. He works in a field that you kind of have to have things planned, and so it wasn't going to work out for us to move out of state because we were wanting to move to Tennessee. And then the COVID stuff happened, so he decided to stay where he was at. And anyway, so what we're gonna do is Rachel is actually planning to move to Virginia now, and we're just gonna find a bigger house somewhere, within the vicinity of his job and Rachel. Yes, I have kept more than one pup. I've kept two pups. That's very normal for me to keep two back and then decide later which one is nicest. I never seen a brown or a white Corso, dang. do you think that Corso do you think that Corso that don't have mask are chocolate and white are purebred? Because I got into it with a Corso breeder the other day. So from someone So, historically, there is a color called straw. And what straw is that it's a very, 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 very light colored fawn. Um, so imagine like a Formentino, because it is recessive, with so light of a mask that it doesn't even look like it's there. So that's what a straw is. It's historical. So it was historically there, but it's not what we would consider desirable. Neither was it included in the written standard. So, as a breeder, if you produce it, it's fine because it's in the genetics. Because it's just, look, they're all in my crotch. Oh my god. I guess I'm just warm than the boys like over there because he's not gonna hang out with the girls. So anyway, historically as a breeder, you can throw that. You can throw Melina, go lay down. Go lay down. You can throw straws. You could possibly throw a brindle pointed dog, right? Which brindle pointed and black and tans are two totally different things. Black and tan Cane Corso is not, in my opinion, full Cane Corso. There is something there that is like an outcross at some point or another. Might not be like a direct outcross, crossbreeding, but at some point in that pedigree, I wouldn't doubt there would be something in there. But Brindle Pointed was historical, which is a dog that has like a brindle pattern. So like let's say it's a black dog with a pattern, but the pattern instead of being tan, it's brindle. That's brindle pointed, and that is historical. So even though we see straws and we see brindle pointed, not black and tan, totally different. Black and tan is not historical. That is mutt to me personally. So even though we see those colors, it doesn't mean that we should breed to them. They're undesirable. You should not breed to them. You should not try to produce it on purpose. If it happens, pet it out and get in your merry way. The only, I don't know if I would pet it out necessarily if it were like a super, super nice dog, like structurally temperament and health, and it was like straw. But I certainly wouldn't make it a point to produce more straw, if that makes any sense. So yeah. These are Cane Corso, Alyssa. Like a tiny pointed you consider Zoe getting a Zoe and Mad Mortigan pup? So I have I think that I'll end up using Mad Mortigan in my program. I'm gonna end up probably using him to Jade for her second breeding. And I don't need anything. I mean, I would possibly I'd have a Zoe offspring in the future, but right now, I mean, I have her aunt. Melina is her aunt, so I don't necessarily need it right now. Um, Zoe is, yeah, Zoe is Melina's niece, so we'll see. So when I get a puppy, I just bring it on in. I don't. Well, I'm experienced, so I know, like, my dogs know what behaviors are acceptable and what's not acceptable. But, what I do is I just bring them on in. And, if the puppy is a little hesitant, I'll put them in a kennel in my living room and I'll just kind of let them observe and see what's going on. And, they'll see that no one cares. And then when I bring them out, they're fine. They're acclimated. That's what I always do. Trying to keep up. What's your limit on how many dogs would be in your program? Richie, I don't have a limit at this point. I mean, in the house that I'm in currently, it's not like a super small house, but the setup is just not the best for a person trying to keep a whole ton of dogs. And I have to be reasonable. As any of y'all know, I rant all the time about cleanliness. I'm a clean person. I don't like to smell dog. I don't like to smell animal in my house. So, um, I like to be able to maintain everything that comes in. So, when I don't have a set number in my mind, but when it gets to the point I'm unable to maintain that level of cleanliness, I will stop. Uh, these puppies. This is Melina and Batista. Yeah, small amount of white on the chest and toes are acceptable, but like I said, we do have colors in our breed that are not desirable, and neither are they rare. You know what I mean? I mean, I would say more uncommon than rare. Um, but there's nothing that's absolutely just rare. It existed in the breed. It's undesirable. It's the reason why when a straw dog is produced in Europe, they're so quick to sell it, usually to an American, because they know it's undesirable. And it's kind of like that saying, like, one man's junk is another man's treasure. They'll sell that shit over here, excuse my language, and we'll just snatch it up and pay thousands of dollars for it. And it's like, my God, dude, like, they sold you a dog that was undesirable to them because they know better. Where are you picking it up? Uh, is there, yeah, that's what they do to, hey, guys, hush. Yeah, that's what they do to, make sales on dogs. You know what I mean? It's exploiting the breed on a totally just wrong level. And I kind of feel like at some point, like, I was on a breeder's Instagram account, and they're like purposely producing these straw dogs, like purposely liver colored dogs. Liver has never been historical to Cane Corso. When I see a chocolate dog with red pigmented liver colored nose, that is a liver dog. See this pigment on this baby? It's a black baby with a black nose. A blue Cane Corso has a gray nose. Like, You have to pay attention to not only coat color, but skin pigment. Because that'll tell you what color the dog is. And so I was looking at some breeders' Instagram the other day, and they're breeding like livers and purposely for straws. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's not beautiful to see that, but it's certainly it's heartbreaking to see it. You know what I mean? A beautiful dog is a beautiful dog, but I'm not breeding these dogs for the looks. I'm breeding them because I love who they are. I got into Cane Corso because I love who they are, not just because they look a certain way and come in a certain color. And so I kind of feel like the rate this breed is going in some people's backyards, we're going to have like Merles soon. And it's like, if anybody knows anything about genetics, you don't want the Merle gene. You want to run away. You don't want to touch it with the fucking, oh, sorry, excuse my language, 20-foot pole. So, it's just ridiculous. Um, why do people in the U.S. say that Batista is no breed type, and what exactly is rustic? Um, Batista is, in my opinion, a beautiful dog. I really like him. I think that a lot of people just hate on him um, because of who his breeder is, unfortunately. And that's very, very unfortunate because he's, from in my opinion, he's pretty nice. I mean, he's not like, I'm not trying to say he goes without his flaws. Of course, every dog has a flaw, but Batista is definitely not a pet quality dog. Anybody that's just gonna sit there and throw off on a dog who's not even 2 years old yet is an idiot. Cane Corso males take 4 years to fully mature. To fully mature. So when people are judging and looking and progging at Batista, they're not realizing that he's not even a full grown damn man yet. He's still a baby. He's an adolescent still. So he's still maturing. He's not anywhere where he's going to be he's got like 2.5 years left on his growth. And I think it's a shame for anybody to say anything about that dog, because beyond just the way he looks, I mean, if he's not your cup of tea, then, oh well, move on. He's producing phenomenal puppies across the board with multiple different bitches. He produces consistency. Really nice fronts, top lines. Like, I'm a fan of what Batista is producing. Yeah, people forget that he's a baby. Like, it's ridiculous. A lot of Rachel's dogs, and most of her dogs are very young. Like her full, she only has one fully mature dog, one fully mature, and that's Preacher. He'll be like 5, and even he went through like a growth spurt this past year, and he's freaking humongous. And there are things about him that got a little bit better. So this breed is a waiting game. Females 2.5 years, males 4 years. There are things that we can place dogs out into pet homes on, and that's just general structure overall. But as far as maturity and things happening, as far as rear angulation getting better, top lines getting better, heads getting better, those are some of the last thing to mature on a dog, in my opinion, is the head. So it takes some time. Yeah, blue, gray, whatever you call it. It is a color in our it is a color in our standard. So that is a very normal color to see, to breed for. I wouldn't just breed for a color, but you know what I mean. Girl, I want some chili cheese fries. I am hungry. I am hungry. This little boy right here, you see, I told you he doesn't want to be with the girls. He just wants to be by himself. Well, you guys, I am going to cut the live stream. Thank you guys so much for showing up to my live stream. Jet blue is acceptable. It is a standard color in our breed standard. So anyway, you guys, I think the next pup date I'll just do live streams um for the pups updates because it's just much easier. I like to ask questions. I think it's boring to just film puppies sleeping because they have a little bit of energy, not a whole lot right now. But anyway, you guys, I'm gonna eat. I am hungry. The chili cheese fries sound so good right now. I'm so jealous. I will see you guys later. Leave comments after this is over, you guys. Have a blessed night. Good night, guys. Bye bye.